Hello again.
Afternoon, evening,
How are we doing?
whatever it is.
It's a cold, wet, miserable Sunday afternoon, is what it is.
Oh, you kidding? It's mid-20s today, sunshine.
Spring
Beautiful.
where you are and the depths of winter in the north of England.
I'm not expecting any rain now till April.
I'm not expecting to dry days till April.
It's about the same, isn't it? Role reversal.
So it's a quieter week because there's no Premier League or
It's
top level
absolutely
football.
tedious, isn't it? Isn't it just
Yeah.
tedious this week? There's nothing on. Did you not get Super Six or Dream Team this week?
No, there's nothing. So Super Six they sometimes do for internationals, but only tend to be like tournaments and stuff. So
I'll
there's
just look
just
at
nothing.
it. I mean, you could hardly call it a Super Six because of Jesus.
No, because
Why did only 3 teams play in Sky Bet League One? At 3 games, so why did not everyone play?
The rest have got call-ups. If any team within a game's got 3 international call-ups or more, they don't play. Our game played, Wrexham played, and one other that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Barnsley won, didn't they?
Yeah, we played really, really well for first half, dominated the entire game, and then came out for second half and decided that dominating a football match wasn't cool and stopped doing it. And decided that it was better to let the other team have a go.
Nice. How are they getting on? Where are you in table?
That puts us on to 10 points. So
10 points, third.
But that was his first home win since February, which is pretty dire, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we tried as best to not win that, to be honest, yesterday.
Not exactly in form, then.
Away home's fine. At Oakwell, it's just a disaster. A complete and utter disaster the whole time.
I mean, you look down the list of games this weekend, it's been absolutely drab. I mean, the UEFA Nations League games, oh my God.
Yeah,
teams that have played, absolutely. I mean, geez, Faroe Islands, Macedonia, Armenia, Latvia, Georgia, Malta, Moldova, Finland, Bosnia, and Albania.
It's just grim, isn't it?
Who wants to watch that?
I mean, one of the first, when I was just kind of jotting stuff down for this week, one of the first things I wrote was Nations League, crap and pointless and needs to go. Because it just is.
I mean, you're just looking there, it's like, there's not one good game, is there? There's not a decent game among it.
But the other problem
Ukraine lost to Albania. I mean, how did they lose to Albania?
If you're not in League A, League One, top seed, whatever you want to call it, what's the point of everybody else playing? You can't win anything. So you're just turning up for the sake of it.
To be fair, why do they need another international tournament? I mean, literally, there's an international tournament every year now, isn't there?
Because they said friendlies were pointless, but this is no better.
Just don't play them then. Why do we have to? Why do we have to have friendlies? When did friendlies become a thing in international football? Why don't we just get rid of them? Penguin Room 101, get rid of them. They're gone.
It's just, I mean, I wouldn't mind if, I mean, it was another one of these again by UEFA that said it'd bring a lot more competitive, important matches. It hasn't. It has for the top groups of teams.
I mean, how many games is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 games, and not one of them were worth watching.
I mean, Italy played France, so that was the only decent game.
That's not is that a Nations League game, though?
Friday night, yeah, that were Nations League Friday night.
Maybe then.
So in your looking pot A, then yes, there is some high quality games that'll get played, but outside of that, you get what we watched yesterday afternoon of England Ireland. I mean, I know we're on for a really bad time for you, so I'm guessing you didn't or have. I don't know if you've watched it since. But it would just, I mean,
25 minutes, but we're all right, and after that, it was just usual international.
We go 2 goals up, and it becomes a training exercise.
Yeah, that's what internationals do, don't they?
They looked they'd come out fired up because they were playing England and went for it quite early and put a lot of energy into it. But then as soon as that died down, it just became, why are we bothering?
Pointless game, yeah. And then everyone starts making 1,000 substitutes, bringing on players that are called up because they need to justify calling them up. So we just get loads of random players on pitch that we don't really need to see. And it just peters out, doesn't it? It just becomes a non-event.
Yeah, it all just became very, very silly. I mean, he brought that Gomez on, he brought Gibbs White on.
I mean, where's he called? How's he got called up? Gomez. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked him at Man United. I thought he was a very good player, but I can't imagine he's been pulling trees up that well to be called up to England squad. I mean, just randomly pulled him out of nowhere, isn't it?
I couldn't even tell you where he currently plays, if I'm completely honest. Didn't
It's
know
either
anything about him.
Lille or I think it's Lille. Sure, we sold him to Lille. Well, released him to Lille. Sure, that's where he plays. I mean, he's a good player, a good little player, but I mean, we've got other players that are better than him. We didn't need him. He's not like, same Gibbs White. I mean, I don't know why we've suddenly randomly called him up. He's been around long enough. Why suddenly now? It's like he's trying to make a name for himself by calling up a few of his little chums from under 21s.
Yeah, I mean, the only part about it that was ever entertaining was the fact that Grealish and Rice both scored when they used
I
to play
know.
for
When I saw
Ireland.
that, I thought, how is that possible? I didn't.
Well,
How does Declan Rice play for England then? Because he made 3 senior appearances for Ireland. It said.
they were only friendlies, I believe, so they're not competitive, so it doesn't matter. So he's
Is
not
that a
played a
thing?
competitive game.
So you get a cap for it, but it don't lock you into your country.
I think you can move allegiances anyway now, can't you? If you've,
Yeah. I mean, you
I
can't really pick where
believe.
you were born, can you?
Well, no, but if your grandparents' dog's cat was once walked past a street in Ireland, you can probably get a passport, and that'll allow you to play. But it's
Right. I didn't get it. It just said they played 3 times for Ireland. And I thought, once you played for a nation, you were done. I thought that was the whole
yeah,
point of it.
yeah, they're
I mean,
not
don't get all
competitive.
this being able to pick anyway. Why don't you should just be where you're born, and that's it. If you're born in
Yeah,
England, you play for England. If you're born in Ireland, you play for Ireland.
which would
None
have
of
meant
this.
we'd have had Haaland. He was born in
Yes, we
Leeds.
would. And we wouldn't have had Declan Rice or Jack Grealish by the sounds of it.
No, they were both born. I
Neither
think they were
would.
both actually born in England, but had Irish heritage.
Wouldn't miss Jack Grealish, would we?
Yeah, I mean, he
I
did
think
all
he's
right yesterday, but again,
it's 100 million quid. He wants to be doing all right.
I was saying something the other day, and I don't. How do you judge these games under Carsley now? How do you judge them properly? How do you judge them effectively? Because he's playing teams that he should beat. So if he beats them, it's well, you've done what you should. If he loses, well, it's your crap. So how does he get a fair sort of appraisal of what he's about to do?
We said this the other week, didn't we? It's like you can't either give him the job or not give him the job based on these results. All you can do is not give him the job because he goes bad. If he
Yeah,
can't beat these teams, then he doesn't deserve to be England manager, does he? It's full stop. So either wins these games, but what it's like if he wins 6-0, is that like are we amazed by that? I mean, who have we got on Tuesday?
Finland.
Oh god. I mean, yeah,
So
I
it's
mean, what's a good score there? I mean, have Finland got any players? I don't know many Finnish players. These are the rally drivers, aren't they?
Valtteri Bottas. Just
I mean,
borrowing.
yeah. There'll be a Kovalainen or a Raikkonen or something in there, won't there?
But yeah, I just find it all a
Drifting
very.
in.
It's a very difficult
Oh,
situation for him to be in to get any sort
I don't
of
understand.
recognition for
I
what he
don't
does.
understand why we've done it. I don't understand why either just give him a job or don't give him a job. I don't understand what we're achieving by this because, like I say, the results aren't going to either give him the job or lose him the job. They just, I mean, they should win them all. I reckon he's going to
Yeah,
get 6 games, don't they? 2 now, 2 in. Oh no,
October,
there's
2 in
4 games,
November.
isn't there?
No, there's all six. All six are played before Christmas. There's 2 more
So
international
we've got
breaks before
another
Christmas.
international break in November.
There's one in another 3 to 4 weeks after this, and then in another 4 weeks after that.
What are they doing? Just why don't they just leave it alone and let's just get on with football?
Because
Why would we
UEFA
have to
wants to
keep
play
breaking
this
these
competition.
stupid international? We've literally had 3 games this season,
Yeah,
and now we're at an international break, and we're going to get what 4 more games, and then we're going to go again,
yeah. And then we're going to do it all over again in November.
and then there's
It's
going to be New Year break, isn't there? Because they now have this extended period after Christmas, so
done away
season's
with,
going to
isn't
go on
it?
till about October. Has it?
I believe the winter break doesn't exist this season. I'm sure I could be wrong, but I'm sure I read that the winter break has gone.
Teams used to have a week off, didn't they? They had like a weekend
Yes.
off. Half the teams had 1 weekend off. Half the teams had another weekend off.
Yeah, but I don't believe that's a thing this season.
Oh, God, Martin Keown will be having a meltdown. Player
But yeah,
welfare.
it's just all a bit of a. It's just another one of them. Just
Hating
adding more
social
games to
break.
football for the sake of it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's crap games, aren't there? I mean, it doesn't. Can't get excited about watching England play Finland at all. I don't care what's online. It's just
There is
yeah.
one thing we can all not get excited about, but it did happen. San Marino won a competitive football match.
Yeah. I'd say them again. I mean, why are they even a football team? Why are they just letting them play in a tournament? I mean,
So what's it say about Liechtenstein?
I know. He wants sacking their manager, doesn't he? Imagine being first team to lose to him. I'm surprised it weren't England, to be fair.
I could be wrong, but I feel like it was Liechtenstein they beat last time, but in a friendly in 2004, I think it was.
Oh, they're whipping boys, are they?
The last two games they've actually won this side of a century was Liechtenstein, I think.
I mean, it was Liechtenstein and San Marino. Why are they international teams playing in competition? Why? Who's watching that?
I don't even know where Liechtenstein is.
No, I'm not sure. I know where either of them are. Is San Marino near Italy?
It's in Italy.
Is it? Oh, well,
yeah,
I do know where that is. I don't know where Liechtenstein is.
I'm going to say...
I mean, if you'd have told me, I'd have said it was in Europe, so I'd have been totally knackered.
I'm going to say San Marino's near Imola because it used to be the San Marino Grand Prix, but that could be a complete lie.
I'm sure there's more football teams than countries. There seems to be a hell of a lot of football teams in Europe, and there don't seem that many countries in Europe. I'm not sure what's going on. They're making some up. I mean, where's Latvia?
The Vatican's a country, so that could technically have a football team.
We're better than San Marino. I mean, Monaco can have one of their country, or they're just a...
It's weird because they are a country, I think, but yet they've got their own like club team. So
they could have like Monaco United and Monaco.
Gibraltar's a team.
Oh, they're good. They're like 50 people on Ireland, isn't they?
Probably still big San Marino.
Everyone's got to play for the team. I don't know. Yeah, international break can just do one for me. Absolutely painful. I can't believe we've got 3 this year.
Yeah.
But
then there'll be... I'm guessing there won't be any till March-ish then, because it'll be friendlies.
Why don't they play at the end of the season when no one cares? Just get teams together for a month and play all the games. Why do we have to split them up into the middle of the season and learn nothing?
I don't know, it's good. Because
play it all together. Play them all at the start of the season or play them all at the end of the season. Play them all together and get them out of the way.
And it doesn't give the manager really long. What's he get? Sort of a week?
Like why don't we just give Spain Euros and give Brazil World Cup every year and just do away with the lot? Because it's just boring.
I mean, they might lose quite a bit of money if they do that.
Bring Premier League back.
Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult trying to find anything to watch sport related over the last 3 days. I mean,
typical. We have international break and there's no Formula One either. I mean, they could at least put Formula One on this weekend, so we had something decent to watch.
Yeah, literally everything's just stopped, except for at least NFL started, which I now apparently watch. So that's a thing.
I've watched both of them so far.
Because of me living in a other side of the world to where it's played, I can only see the highlights unless I get up at 3 a.m. and watch it, which isn't going to happen.
There's no reruns on Sky?
Only an hour. I've found hour highlights, so I've watched an hour of both games.
Oh, that's not bad then, is it?
So I watch...
It's on this. I just get one. I get a game every morning. So there was a game Friday morning, there's a game Saturday morning, there's a game tomorrow morning on at like 8:20, 8:30.
Oh, no. Today there's a game a normal hour of the day for me.
It's for you, yeah. They'll start at 1 o'clock for me. It's 6 o'clock for you, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got the Giants and the Minnesota Vikings that I can watch tonight, or 6 o'clock.
Minnesota Vikings, nice. It was a good game of the day. Chiefs game, I thought it was brilliant. You see crowd at start.
It's mental the amount of people that get.
Absolutely mental, isn't it? And they're there hours before, absolutely hours and hours and hours.
I did see a bit of the build-up, and I was like, "Oh, it must be about to start soon." And they're like, "Oh, we're 2 hours away from kickoff." I'm like, "Why is the people in the stadium? It's 2 hours
they're
to
in
go."
Car park, barbecue, and all sorts. It's like it's a full day event. It's not like people rushed at football like 2 minutes before kickoff. These guys are in there. What did they have yesterday? 73,600 there yesterday. Friday, Thursday, everybody.
But then
NFL that stadium full.
NFL does a weird thing, like the Eagles game was played in Sao Paulo randomly.
That's the first time they've saying. It's the first time they played in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, but it was just
they referenced Australia, and I thought he does realise Sao Paulo's nowhere near Australia, doesn't he? The guy before the game was like, "Well, hi Australia." I was like, totally different time zone, totally different area of the world, mate. Get a bit confused.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was. I think they're playing London and Germany, don't they?
Yeah, they will do at some point this season.
NFL.
I mean, being as it the first game I've properly watched anything of, I did find it quite exciting. I can't lie. I mean, I didn't understand a lot of what was going on, and there
I
was
love it, mate.
a man kept coming on with a little yellow flag and throwing it at people because that meant
Yeah, he gets a
something.
bit giddy. It's like Mario Kart. He gets a bit giddy with them little things. They just launch them everywhere. Just
And then he
lucky.
gets on
Yeah,
his
so there's.
microphone and he starts hand gesturing for what's
They are
happened. And
quite.
I'm
They
like,
do. To be fair to the Americans, I think Americans are quite stupid, but they do have some quite good sporting setups. The way they do their like refereeing over there. I mean, there'll be arguments with ref in NFL. There's nobody going around the referee and kicking off. They announce every decision straight over tannoy from
yeah.
the referee as he's doing it. There's just they've got video referees reviewing stuff instantly. I mean that touchdown that weren't a touchdown at the end, it's just done like that. No messing
And
about.
the video referee did it right. He
Did it
watched it
right.
and
And
went, it,
they had the angle as well, didn't they? None of
yeah.
this. Oh, we didn't have a camera angle. They got.
And they
You know
had
what
a
they did?
camera
They
angle
put a camera
literally
online, which is a great
within,
idea, really.
it could nearly zoom into his toe cap. It was that
Oh yeah.
close and that good of an angle. I'm like, but football can't get an angle within 30 yards usually of that end of pitch.
Got no cameras to cover that. I'm like, we know you're putting VAR on. Surely you want a camera for offside because that's one of the main things. I can't say we didn't have a camera to cover that part of the pitch.
And surely it needs to be a moving camera, one that's following
Oh,
the line
that's
of the defence or something.
yeah. It's
But
bad
yeah,
that
I mean,
Americans have done it.
that whole last play was brilliant. I mean, I was like, wow, what
Oh,
a catch. The
they've
Chiefs
gone
have
for 2
lost.
points to win it, haven't they? They've
Yeah,
gone
well, I'm
to
thinking
two
Chiefs.
points to win it, and then they got reviewed. I
I
thought
did
they'd
look.
won it. I was like ready to turn it off, and then
I did look at the
he just
Chiefs.
said he's
Obviously, have
his
won
toe
the
out.
Super Bowl World
Super Bowl.
Championship for the last 2 years. um,
Yeah,
but
they've
then
been
no,
epic last 2 years.
they're going to lose, and then no, because the referee could see the angle and he changed his mind. Nicely done.
Yeah, they've done well. They've done well. Well, my team, Miami, play at 1 a.m. So I'll be watching that in the morning, I reckon, when I get up.
And my team won in Sao Paulo.
In Sao
And
Paulo. Yeah.
Berkeley, the runner, he was
He's
fantastic.
epic, isn't he?
He
He's
was the
new. I don't
one.
know if that's this. It's just. I think he's come from draft this year. He's like a little rocket ship.
No, it's come from the New York Giants, and I know that because I watched that program you told me
Oh,
to
did they
watch.
swap him for something? Oh, yeah. Did they swap
They
him
let
for
him
some
go because he was
trade?
on quite an expensive contract at the New York Giants, and they were close to cap, so they just said they didn't want to pay the money for him. Which
Oh,
I
class,
don't know
isn't
much
it?
about NFL, but that
Absolutely
looks a really stupid decision.
stupid decision. They were like a little. They were like Roadrunner. They were just
They're
off.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, there's
But
some of them
yeah,
lads are. They're rapid. They don't mess about, do they?
for my first two bits of highlights, and I'll watch the full one tonight. I've actually quite enjoyed it. I won't lie; it does just take all day.
Oh yeah, I watched yesterday's game. Oh my god, it's gone for about 3.5 hours. My
Yeah.
battery died on my laptop. It'd been on that long. I missed last bit. I didn't know the result. I couldn't. I was like, oh, can't be bothered to even go and charge it to put it back on. It does go on a long time.
Yeah, they need to sort of trim down all the bits when there's no happening, and just
Yeah,
speed it up a bit.
it's all based around TV coverage, isn't it? So it'll go back to the stadium, and the game's not moving because the TV coverage hasn't come back on yet.
Really?
So the game's ready to play. Yeah, if you watch the Chiefs game, there's a number of times because I watch it on KO through ESPN. The KO camera comes back, or the camera I'm watching on is there, looking at the pitch, and we're waiting for ESPN to come back from their ad break. The players are just stood waiting. It's mental. It's Americans, and it's all about their adverts.
Got referees should be going. Can we go? Can we go? That's crazy.
Yeah, so they're just waiting for TV coverage to come back.
That's just mental. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed it. But yeah, watching one of the documentaries on it is quite interesting how they do like all their budgets and things, and making sure that they've got money to spare. And
Yeah, the miles better way they do the draft and the transfers and the picks and things like that. Miles better than what Premier League doing football transfers, paying hundreds of millions for a player.
is
Surprised
a
we don't trial something similar. It's just
budget cap a good idea to trial? Maybe it would kind
yeah,
of
it's
stop
just the way.
as we're seeing in
Just the way.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it'd be a lot. Yeah, they've got to control spending somehow, haven't they? I mean, you just look at Chelsea; they've just got ridiculous, and they're just ruining game now.
And well,
Absolute
Saudi Arabia's going to do the same because they're just literally throwing money at people now.
What's he got? 400 grand a week, Tony.
And Bergwijn's gone for 100 odd grand a week. I think 170 grand a week, something like that.
I mean, I get players going to end their career, but why are they? I mean, I know they've gone for money, but it's not like they're struggling, is it? I mean, what would he got? If he'd have gone to Chelsea, he'd have got 200 grand a week, wouldn't he? And a 10-year deal.
But
So
I get sort of Ronald Koeman's point of you've gone out to Saudi, the level's not where it needs to be. You're not going to be in the international squad. But can you really blame the player when he's got a 15-year career and he's thinking this has been like basically to him it's a job
Oh,
at the end of the day?
Yeah, and like people have said, if you were a plumber and Saudi offered you 10 times your plumber's salary to go out there and plumb, you'd go out there and do it, wouldn't you? You'd go out there for 2 years and do it and come back. But I think it's different because it's not like I say, if they're end of the career, someone like Jordan Henderson, maybe you can sort of see it. I don't think he should have gone, but why? I just don't understand what Ivan Toney wants to go out there for, other than just the money. It's
But
literally
that's all it
gone
can be.
for the money, hasn't
it? Yeah.
Who said it? Somebody came out the other day and said that we just go for the money, don't we? Carlos Tevez. He went to China, didn't he?
Yeah, it could have
He
been,
said,
yeah.
I went for the money. That was, quite simple. But people saying they're going out there for the project and to
It's not.
raise the profile of the game. And I'm like,
It's
you don't even know
utter
where Saudi
bullshit.
Arabia is, mate. It's a good job airplane took you. She wouldn't be able to find it.
There is no project. There is no profile. It's just literally they've got money, so they're going to throw it at football. That is the project.
You can't gamble in Saudi Arabia. So what's Ivan Toney going to do? At least I can bet on Premier League now, can't I?
So you figured it out. That's why he's gone.
That's why he's gone, so he can have a dabble on Premier League. Can have his,
And he's got a lot more
his
money to bet
accumulators
with.
back on now. Yeah, have 100 grand a week on accumulator. That's why he's gone. We've cracked him.
But yeah, it's all just a bit of a mess. But I get Ronald Koeman's point. He's had a lot of backlash for it, but I kind of see both sides of that argument because it's not players'
totally. If you're going to go out there, you're not going to play for your international team. You can't. You don't.
No,
it's like playing. It's like playing League Two. It's not even as good as that.
No, and the crowds are less. I mean, some of the crowds you get, Wrexham
no
getting last
competition
season are bigger than anything they get.
I mean, 80% of players in the teams are pub quality, and then they're just sprinkled with. Is it Ivan Toney's team? Ivan Toney got front three, haven't they? A decent front three, but then you look at the players and they're like, oh, just a who's who of nobodies.
Well, there will be. Chances are some of them will be locals. Or Saudi nationals, or whatever you want to call them.
If you're going to go out there, you're not going to play. I mean, surely Ivan Toney thinks he can still play for England. It's not like we've got a massive amount of strikers, is it? I mean, now we've just literally got two, haven't we? Ollie Watkins and Harry Kane.
And I've been watching Harry Kane in the Euros and then watched him again yesterday. And I know I've got a habit of saying things and they come out to be very, very wrong. Is Harry Kane past it? Is he done?
No, I'll have a 5 on him to score an hat-trick this weekend. Definitely nailed on. I think it's but same with him. They talk about Germany, but the German league's not that strong. He's playing at much lower levels, 2 or 3 teams. But when you get down to sort of second half of the table in Germany, again, they're just nobodies, aren't they? Poor standard. So week in, week out, he's not playing at the same level for me.
No,
I think he needs to be. At the age of his career, needs to be playing at that level.
I mean, what is he now, 30, 31?
Being his over 30s, one.
He's kind of running around looking like a guy that's 35, if I'm honest. There's a
he looked tired in Euros, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just looked knackered in Euros. He just didn't look on it at all.
But is it now beyond the fact that he's tired and this is where his body's at now? It's just literally, he's taking its toll because he's quite a big build. He's quite a solid frame. He's going to take a lot more toll on his body playing at the level it has done for years. And is his body now just this is what it can do now?
Bad enough.
Is he going to be now? We need him
what
as an
impact for
the best.
Who are we going to play? We're just not going to play a striker. Ollie Watkins ain't good enough to lead the line, is he?
I said this in the Euros, and I've taken Kane out and tried Bellingham and Foden both at 10, or both false 9, sort of interchanging between the two of them. Just something like that, just to try something different.
Do something different.
Because what you're getting now is Kane comes quite deep anyway, so he's not really playing always as a centre forward. So why not let Foden and Bellingham sort of interchange doing that and keep the defence guessing constantly? So there's one up, one back, one up, one back. Because Watkins
Well,
is
that
not
meant
going to.
Southgate had had to think about it, wouldn't he?
Tony's gone to play with money in Saudi Arabia, and I can't name you another English centre forward.
Not one that's worth mentioning.
Although Chelsea have probably got half a dozen, so we'll just go and raid something there potentially.
I can't think of anyone else that you'd really pick.
No.
Is there?
No. So you're looking
You'd
at
have to come up with
Watkins,
something.
Tony. That's it. Which is literally your lot. It's
So we've got
pretty
one playing
slim
in pub
pickings.
league. We've got an old man, one playing in pub league, and Ollie Watkins. That's it.
It's not going well, is it?
We're supposed to win World Cup.
Yeah,
Did you England game? Why have Ireland not completed the stadium? What's that bit on the end with the England fans in? It's got about 5 seats. It's just the stand behind the goal where the England fans were. It's about 10 rows deep, and that's it.
They don't want many away fans.
Why have they built that? Well, I don't know, it's a nice. It's quite a nice stadium, and then it like tails off to an end, and there's just nothing there. They've just put no seats in.
Ran out of money. Don't know.
Gone to the point of building a stadium, not finished it.
I didn't really
Like
pay much
empty.
attention to it, to be honest.
Honestly, it looks like it's like a proper stadium. Looks like a nice national team stadium, and then behind that goal, it's like something from conference. It's like a shed end. Just nobody's finished it. Not sure what's gone on.
The bit I found, or one of the bits I found really confusing yesterday. So, watching it and listening to it, you'll have got different comms out there. Our commentary team were saying, England are keeping the ball a lot better. That's all we did in the Euros. All we did was keep the ball in our half. We did it really well.
We're playing Ireland as well. Let's be honest. We're not playing like Brazil.
This is the thing, and so Trent played right back. And this might get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say. He was terrible. He couldn't cross his legs, never mind a football. There were 2 decent balls and about 9 that he wasted.
He's crossed between 2 different positions now, hasn't he?
Well,
he's got this chip on his shoulder that is a midfielder, and he's not a midfielder at all. And he's not a very good right back. No, he's not. He's not a very good right back.
No,
it's almost like he needs to be playing right wing, but he's not a very good winger. So he's nothing, is he? He's not a right back. He's not a central midfielder. And he's not a winger. He's got a bit of it all. He can cross like a winger, and that's it. He can't. I mean, he's a right back. He can't tackle. He's out of position all the time.
But the thing is, though, I mean, yes, he can usually cross a ball, and I know every player can have an off game, but yesterday it was awful. I mean, the amount of wasted passes and crosses was unbelievable for what is supposedly a world-class crosser of the ball.
It's gone to his head.
It was just ridiculously bad, some of that. Granted, the second
Is
half
Kyle
was
Walker done? Has Kyle Walker been dropped? Is he not in England setup anymore?
I thought he'd retired, but that turns out it's not true. But I'm guessing he's either just unfit or resting because he is about 70.
Although we've only had 3 games, so he's not. From what I can tell, he's not played for City this season.
He's just getting on a bit, isn't he? Let's be honest. So he'll go off to Saudi soon to go on.
Yeah,
end his career there.
Struggling by, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of.
Footballers being idiots. Did you see Sancho say in his signing interview that he can't wait to play for Maresca after his time in at City?
No, I didn't see that.
Sancho left. So he said, I can't wait to play for Maresca. We've got a good relationship after our time together at City, because Maresca were at City under Pep. But Sancho left in 2017 and Maresca didn't go there till 2020. Fucking idiot.
Why do footballers just say the stupidest things?
They clipped it up and what a tool. Obviously, PR departments gave him something and said, "Oh, that'd be a nice thing to say. You're back with being reunited with your former coach." Anything where he missed him by 3 years.
Probably should have fact checked that one before they said it. It might have helped.
I mean, Chelsea are just a car crash, aren't they? Even PR department's crap. All that money and they can't even fact check. I mean, why say it? It's not like it were an obvious fact, was it? I mean, did anyone know Maresca were at City if they're not told us? It's not like we were like, oh, Maresca from City. I didn't know it was City.
But the thing is, though, even if that's the PR department that's come up with, why did Sancho not go, hang on, I've never met the bloke.
Weren't we? Sancho won't know, will he? He's not got a clue. He don't know where he is. I ain't got the foggiest. He's just happy to be back in London where he grew up.
Oh, but I am glad you brought up
Whatever.
Chelsea. I only briefly saw a report the other day. Apparently, both of Chelsea's owners wants to buy the other out.
Did they not realise they already own it? Why are they trying to rebuy Chelsea? They bought it once.
I
Buying
don't
it
know.
again.
I don't.
He's a billionaire, Todd Bowley, so it's hard to say what I'm about to say, but he's a fucking idiot, isn't he? I mean, he's an absolute idiot. I mean, I thought I could spend money, but Jesus Christ, he just burns it. He just sets fire to money, doesn't he? Piles and piles of it.
He wants to buy a football club he already owns. I'm like, I just don't know what's going on.
Is it basically saying they're both trying to buy each other out?
Yes, that's basically what it's saying, yeah.
I mean, who wants to put more money into Chelsea?
Well, this basically must be what Todd Bowley's realised. He hasn't spent enough money getting Chelsea or buying them players, so he wants to do it even more.
It's like, well, yeah, I mean, how much money is he going to put into this club? When does he think he's going to get this money back? At what point is Chelsea going to repay him over £1 billion? I mean, no football club makes a profit these days, so when does he get his money back?
Never. Is he just in? Is he dodgy and he's trying to hide cash?
It sounds dodgier than Roman Abramovich. They got rid of one dodgy git and they got another one in. I mean, either that or, like I say, he must just be stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's got a trust fund and he's just burning his way through it. I mean, that man can just get rid of money like I don't know.
It must be one hell of a trust fund, but yeah, they want to buy each other out now. It's just
good luck to them. Both idiots. Who's the other guy?
I honestly don't know. I didn't get that far. I was too busy crying with laughter when I saw they were spending more
consortium,
money.
and they always say it's a consortium of people that bought it. They'll be like, Lewis Hamilton will be involved, Bernie or something. No, it's some idiots that's got stuck into it.
Oh, God, it'd be Rest Alpine Consortium. There'd be Anthony Joshua and Craig and whoever else.
Juan Mata.
He used to play there, he could buy it, yeah.
Hey, he's come to Australia. I get to see him.
Oh dear, but yeah, that really did brighten my week when there wasn't much sport going on. Chelsea just continued to be in the news permanently.
Brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely brilliant. They're just spending. It's like season's not even on, and they're still spending money.
Yeah, I can't wait till in 3 years' time they come to do their accounts for FFP, and then they go, "We might have failed this one." It's like, well, no shit, Sherlock.
It's all right. Just do what Leicester did and just move your accounting date so you get around it. Just file the accounts when I want. So they filed their accounts after the deadline for their accounts. They moved the date for their submission to after the end of the season, submitted them, and now got around it by saying we weren't in the Premier League when we submitted the accounts because we got relegated on the 23rd of May and we submitted them on the 30th. So we don't have to comply with Premier League rules.
But I don't get that because surely they're submitting accounts for when they were in the Premier League.
Exactly.
So
I mean, what Premier League why didn't Premier League just say shut up? You're in the Premier League, you failed, there's your points took off. So they got around it on a technicality because they filed their accounts. They moved their accounting date of their own accord to set up this, and then I've got around it and I've got away with it. Premier League lost.
Surely they should get done for also filing their accounts late.
And lying. They just plain lied. So those guys, we didn't move it on purpose. I'm like, what? Who says? I mean, who believe in that? Even I know that you've moved it on purpose, and I know nothing about football finances. The guys just gone, we'll move it to there. We'll just tell them we're not in Premier League. They weren't in Championship because new season hadn't started, and they weren't in Premier League, so they were just in limbo. So they don't owe anybody anything, basically.
So basically, what they're saying is, you can spend whatever money you want between the end of one season and the start of the next because you're not in any league.
Basically, yeah. We'll just file accounts when we want. We'll spend what we want. And the Premier League have lost. I mean, the Premier League have made the rule, checked them out, found them to be wrong and in breach, and then lost. I mean, they've lost their own point. I mean, how stupid are these people?
I don't know, but I don't get how you can say you're not in any league. You've either got
the barrister for the Premier League turned round in court and said, well, actually, there's a hole in his legislation, and he's right. He backed Leicester up. Absolutely unbelievable. Simon Jordan fell off his chair. Well, you've made the rule, you've found a team in breach of the rule, and then you've lost because you've forfeited on your own rule. Your own rules are wrong. No, is there absolutely no. So Leicester got away with it.
I mean, you
That
know
thing
what's
come up.
coming though,
There
don't
were a
you?
meme come up over there, and it said Leicester have been found in breach of PSR. They've appealed and got away with it, so deducts Everton 3 points.
But you know what's coming though? This is just a prerequisite to Man City getting away with it, isn't
Man
it?
City, that's what we're saying. Man City now are just going to walk in and go, sorry, we weren't in Premier League at this time. We were in
Saudi League.
Saudi League. We were an F1 team at that point, so when we went to football side, they're just going to walk away. Premier League haven't got a leg to stand on. They'll lose. Man City
Especially
will
when
have
they're
the
on barraged
best
against the wrong.
team. They'll have the best barristers in the world. They'll spend millions on
Oh
them.
yeah, absolutely.
They're just going to walk into Premier League and just embarrass them.
Yeah.
They might as well just
That's
let it go now and just save themselves all the hassle.
this month
They're
as well.
saying when they find them guilty, so they've obviously nailed on guilty, then they can appeal. I'm like, why are they allowed to appeal? They're either guilty or they're not. So they're basically saying, we'll fine you, we'll relegate you, then you'll appeal and we'll reinstate you. Well, just don't bother them. Just
So why bother
let's
doing
just
all that?
brush it under the carpet and we'll just carry on. Absolutely.
It's
Make the
all
rules
just,
up and then break their own rules.
it's just crazy. Utterly crazy.
Just watch that link I sent you of the Australia red card. It is a red card, but watch the Bahrain
Okay.
player.
Here we go. So just
Talking
give me a
about
moment.
Brereton Diaz being an absolute moron. Look at this guy.
Unfortunately, it just making filler noises. Can't find the video that you've sent me. There's nothing on the link, by the way.
Oh, is there not?
No, it
Oh, it
just
was
says
on
follow
mine.
the raw.
Follow
Tensions.
the raw.
So is this the VAR thing? Tensions full after dubious foul call effort VAR. Bahrain, no, sorry. I'm gonna have to just move on from that one right now because that's not a thing.
Search it on your computer and look at it. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, how he survived, I don't know.
Who got? Oh, here we go. See if there's a
So the
video.
Aussie player, he's got a high foot. I mean, it is a high boot, and it's I can accept it's a red card. But what happens to the Bahraini player on the floor?
Why does anything from Australia not apparently actually have video footage? Do you not have video footage in Australia? Is it
Still
not
black
something
and
you've
white,
invented
isn't
yet?
it?
Oh God.
Absolutely brilliant.
I will.
No,
Oh no, this. Oh, I love Australia. So I pressed on a thing that talked about the red card apparently for Bahrain. It's brought me up a video of England playing Australia in the rugby.
Interesting. He'll get to it later. It's worth a watch. It
Yeah,
just
I
basically
will try and
it goes
find it.
down on the floor, and then he you remember when wrestlers used to do the worm? He does the worm on his back, and then I don't know. It's pathetic. He's like he needs an Oscar, and there's not even a mark on him at the end. He's not even scratched his face or his neck. He must have just caught him at the end of his boot, and he's literally like he's dead.
Yeah, it's the same old
Absolutely
story though, isn't it? Footballers just throwing
pathetic.
themselves on the floor. It's just a
I mean,
known thing now.
He's laid out with his arms outside him like he's like had a cardiac arrest, and then 2 seconds later he's up running again. I mean, it's unbelievable. Oh, England are batting again.
Who was it? Was it an Australia player that got sent off then, or a Bahrainian? And
Yeah, as the Australian player got sent off, which it is a red card because his foot's around his neck, but it's just the Bahrainian player's reaction. It's absolutely unbelievable.
oh, it's a shame it won't work. Otherwise, I would have quite happily watched that. But there we go. England are batting again. You say, yeah, we did it. We've let them massively off the hook though.
66
We
runs
we
in front, but we've got 4 already.
we'd got them 94 for 5, and then we've let them score well over 200. So we've
I think
kind of
we've
let them
got
off a bit, to be
200.
quite honest.
Yeah, they're back in batting already.
Yeah,
I think
so
we were only for 8 when we came on, so they've knocked them off pretty quickly.
yeah, we've let them off the hook though quite a lot though in that sort of middle of yesterday afternoon into last night into this morning kind of spell. Oh, we did
This
gloss over
last
one
test.
thing while we're talking silly money on football. Did you see the Aston Villa prize tickets for the Champions League?
I heard it on Talk Sport. Yeah, they're saying it's between £85 and £100 a ticket.
The highest, the most expensive ticket is 97 quid. I mean, what are they doing?
Right.
I mean,
They've only
you've
got-
got to Champions League once, and all you've done is gone, here's a cash grab. Come on.
Yeah, I think they're saying Celtic have done a package, £100 for 4 games,
Which is
or £100
really
for
good
3
value.
games, I think, which is decent. Yeah, but yeah,
And
Aston
Villa
Villa
have gone the
like
opposite way and just going to charge people
American
a fortune.
owners again, don't it? American owners just as soon as
Oh.
it just go mental, don't they? Just rip people off.
It's
I
just
mean,
crazy.
depends on which game you get. I mean, Aston Villa have got a couple of the big games at home, haven't they?
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if some clubs still do tiered pricing, you know, like for your Man Uniteds that come to Villa Park could be the most expensive, and then if, I don't know,
Yeah, I think
Brentford
so.
come, it
Like
might
Class
be
A
the
games.
cheapest. Yeah. But still, 100 quid for one ticket is a bit steep. Come on.
So they've got Bayern at home, Juventus at home, and Bologna at home. There's only 3 home games. Is that what it is? There's not 4.
No, there's got to be 4. Otherwise, that don't make any
I
sense.
thought they'd got before, but
Yeah, there is 4, but the 4th one's probably not worth discussing, so they've ignored it on fixtures list because it'd be somebody random.
it is Celtic. So they've got Celtic at home, they've got Bayern at home, they've got Juventus at home. So they've got all the big teams from their group at home. So works out quite well for them.
It's not a group. It's all a league table.
Table, league, whatever it is. Can't wait for it to get started. No one's going to even know, are they? No one will know if they're qualified. It'll just be a shock to teams when they say you're through.
But wait, it's even better. The final week of fixtures, all played at once. Every game is played at 8 o'clock on the final day. It's to prevent match fixing, isn't it? You know, if in case of, you know, like they do it World Cup, whereas your group always kicks off at the same time in the final game. What they've done is they've decided the whole league will kick off at once. So how do you watch all
you can only watch one of them unless you've got 15 tellies.
So unless you work at NASA Space Centre,
what have they done? So you can't even watch a Tuesday game and a Wednesday game, and then next week you only watch a Tuesday game and a Wednesday game. So you only get to watch 4 games in the round, and you'll get to watch 1.
Yes. And they might have been. I mean, I don't know if they'll do
people
like
at
score
UEFA must be
updates.
saying people running Chelsea. Absolute idiots, aren't they?
But the thing is, though, they're gonna. I mean, you know, like final day Premier League season, you have like your relegation fight thing for and it moves live. You've got 32 teams trying to qualify for next round. What are they going to do?
So no one's going to know, are they? No one's going to have a foggiest. People aren't even going to know if they're through or not. They'll just see fixtures come out and say, "Oh, we got through. Oh, fantastic! How did we get through? We don't know." Finished 11th and got drawn up right hand side at pot. Drew a away game, paid for an home game, and played a pub side. I mean, what on earth is going on?
Oh, it's crazy. Utterly crazy. But yeah, we're going to play all. I mean, there's 36 teams, so there's 18 games all going to kick off at once on the final day.
You know, Sky's going to have a meltdown, or TNT, or whoever covers it nowadays. Jesus Christ, servers are going to.
Because, I mean, they usually like to show all 4 English clubs, but they can't because they're all going to kick off at once unless they're going to be on literally every channel that they've got.
They ain't got enough channels to cover it, have they? Unless it's going to be a red button thing. Go. List will be unbelievable. Imagine loading that up.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Isn't there an odd number of teams?
No, it's 36. The original 29 we got read about was just wrong. It's 36.
I'm going to say, I'm sure when we first read it, there were an odd number. So how's that going to work?
That was the bit that was only like partially to do with it. Because I ain't sure they'd not finished it off. They were still totting it up. They'd got to 29 and kept
29
going.
divides by 4, doesn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't, does it? Oh crap. Right, let's redo this. Someone's been paid millions to come up with this idea.
Yeah, so
millions and millions.
Lots of money. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just an absolute farce. The whole thing is. It's
just cowboys again, aren't they? There's more cowboys in football now than there is in any sport.
But it does bring me great joy and entertainment reading it all, to be quite honest. It's just crazy.
If you're a Villa fan, £100 a ticket.
Yeah.
Imagine if there's imagine a family of 4 to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where
holiday.
the most expensive ticket gets you in for. I don't know if that's like a box seat or something, but literally it says £100 a ticket, but I don't know what that costs.
They are just general tickets. It's not a box or anything. That's just
It's mental.
it'll be the best view, won't it? I mean,
Mm.
I'm not sure there's a great view of Villa Park, is there? It's a bit tatty now, isn't it?
I know, but I still
£100.
like it as a stadium. It's still got that
Oh,
nostalgic
it's a classic
feel.
old stadium, but I mean, it's not really. It's not like you're going to watch football at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and you think, well,
Yeah.
£100. It's a bit steep, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
A lot steep.
it's stupid. But other things that are stupid in other sports, the McLaren Formula One team, they're quite stupid. Yeah, not
Oh,
quite
what are they
stupid.
doing?
Rules. God, if I hear that term one more. Right, I know I keep ranting every week, but my God, what is Papaya rules? What does it mean? And why have you given it such a terrible name?
Even Lando on radio. Papaya will say it. Lando's like, what? What's this? Say orange to start with, because it's orange. And what's the colour got to do with the rules?
So why don't I just call it racing rules? Why has it got to have a stupid shit name?
Just say you're allowed to pass Piastri, or you're not allowed to pass it. He like they coded it that well that even the drivers didn't know what the code were. Lando's like, what does that mean, mate? Pit? Change tyres?
I mean, it's worse than Ferrari and Plan G. I mean, Papaya rules. I mean, when I heard it, I just cringed. I'm like,
They kept saying it, didn't they? Kept coming on.
Yeah.
Papaya rules say you can race. Papaya rules say you can't race. But why is it? If these are the set rules, and Lando must know the rules already, so why is he telling him?
I don't know.
And why is he coding it? But it's obvious what he's trying to tell him. Papaya rules say you can race him. Just say you can race him. We don't need the papaya name.
and
Say orange.
What I didn't get was he was like, "Oh, Papaya rules say you can race. So what is there? Is there a list? Oh, if you get to lap 12 and you're within 4.3 seconds, you can pass. If you get to lap 13 and you're not, you can't. I mean, what's?
I mean, the stupid. I mean, what?
Crazy.
I don't get the whole setup. I don't go why Piastri passed Lando.
Nope.
At the start.
Don't get it.
Because from what they'd said before, if he led into the first corner, was he not supposed to hold position?
That's what they said previously, and that's what a lot of teams do. But what I don't get is, I get McLaren trying to be fair to Oscar. Oscar's the one scoring more points currently. But when you look at the state of the season right now, Lando Norris is the closest person to winning the championship. There's 8 races to go. You have to back him.
And Red Bull
It's not saying Oscar is then the number 2 driver. It's just saying for the next 8 races, let's focus on Lando. And then
until something happens, Lando has a DNF, Piastri gets a win and moves in front of it, and Piastri has to be prioritised. But you're not going to win the title. That's what we said this the other week. Every time Max doesn't win, somebody else wins. They're just handing the title to him. He's literally going to stumble over the line and win it.
Yeah. Because
how many points did he lose the other day? 3, because he finished behind Piastri.
So it was
25, 18, 15.
6, didn't he?
Yeah, but I'm saying he could have got 3 more and they'd let him pass Piastri.
Yeah.
And he would have got 7 more, did we say, for the Hungary?
Yeah. So that brings it to 50.
So there were 10 points now. Yeah. So another 10 points he could have on him. And Red Bull need putting under pressure because they're panicking.
But McLaren have got to just make a decision and say, look, this is how it is because of whether who's driving the best and who's in the best form, I don't think really matters right now. Lando's the closest, so he has to be given priority. Simple as. Just for 8 races. Then we start next season. You're both on 0. You're both equal drivers again. Done.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It doesn't have to be a number 1 driver. It's whoever's leading the championship has to be given priority. And like I say, you put another 10 points on that. That's a big chunk of points they've just thrown away in 2 races.
Well,
and there's probably been others.
A sixth of the difference would be gone, and we'd be down to just over 2 race wins if Max has an issue.
So Red Bull are flapping. They need to. So the more pressure you can put them under, the better, because they're panicking. Absolutely. I mean, even the pit stops weren't that good, were they?
No.
Red Bulls, and they're normally flawless. They're panicking across the board because everything's got to be inch perfect to pick up every little point.
Yes. And all McLaren are doing is making it easy for them right now. Well, they're making it easy for Max, should I say.
They're just doing a Ferrari, aren't they? They're just running Ferrari tactics. I mean, Ferrari actually got the tactics right for once. I think they probably stumbled across it, but they got them right.
But the thing is, though, Ferrari are now only 39 points behind Red Bull. So if McLaren are not careful, Ferrari will beat them to Constructors' Championship. And, they're going to have to stop messing about with Papaya rules and who's going to do this and or asking Lando in Holland, who are we racing? Well, you're on the pit wall. You've got all the information.
Michael Andretti. And
it's just
what's gone on in sport? Why is everyone stupid?
There's a common theme here, and this might not go down well. The CEO of McLaren's American.
America. I told you Americans are stupid. All of them.
Sorry, but to anybody who listens from America, but yeah, it's just not going well.
It's not our fault, is it?
Oh dear, yeah. Sports people at the minute are all just, I don't know, but they're just making a lot of silly decisions. A lot of them.
I mean, a lot of them have got a lot of money, but I'm not sure how they've got the money.
Papaya rules.
First time I heard it, I thought, what's this? But it's not used it all season. How have we got to this race? And this is the first race we brought it out.
It's a brand new thing with 8 races to go.
What, we're in race 12 or 13 and suddenly Papaya rules has come out. If we were in race 1, I'd have probably got used to it by now and thinking, look, I understand what Papaya rules are. But even Lando didn't know. He just, I bet he sat in that car and thought, what's this idiot on about? What's Papaya rules?
I don't know.
Formula 1 race.
But the thing is, though, I mean, it's like they're coding it so nobody knows what it means, but everybody knows it meant that he could go after him because he literally said to him, Papaya rules says you can pass Oscar.
And then explained the code. And I was like, it's the worst code in the world.
It's just utterly
it's like saying, are we on plan A, 2-stop, or on plan B, 1-stop? What's the point of saying plan A and plan B? Are we just on 2-stop or 1-stop? Don't explain the code afterwards because it's just destroyed the code. Brilliant. England at 21.
Ferrari were amazing. I mean, well, Leclerc was amazing, should I say?
Yeah, but do you not feel like Ferrari did well because they actually didn't do anything, did they?
Yes.
They got it right because they didn't actually have to do anything. They just left the car on the track.
I mean, it was
had they gone to a 3-stopper, it would have all gone wrong because they'd have had to have too much interaction with the car. By not doing anything, they kind of stumbled across the perfect tactic, which was just put the car on the track and hope for the best.
It was Russell in Spa. They realised that if they pitted or they didn't pit, the chances are, if he pits, he probably finishes third. And they're thinking if he doesn't pit, McLaren's will catch and he'll still finish third. So they just thought, wing it and have a go. And it worked. So yeah, the less interaction Ferrari have with their own car is probably better for everybody.
Yeah. Just put it on track, bang a set of tyres on it, stick some fuel in it, and just send it around as many times as you can. Just pit last. Just pit on last lap.
Next year, Lewis is just going to do one pit stop. Let's out last lap. Just leave me alone for 60 laps, and I'll come and see you once.
Has Newey been announced then for Aston Martin? Is it official, or I keep seeing things?
It's currently
on BBC News, I think.
Formula 1.
Well, no, the worst kept secret in Formula 1 is McLaren's Papaya rules. Because he's had to explain them all to us.
I think there's a press conference on Tuesday for Aston Martin and Adrian Newey.
Did you see Alonso's new car?
Yes, the Valkyrie.
Oh my! Yeah. Wow. That's unbelievable, isn't it? That's got to be like. I mean, I must admit, I'd want to drive for Ferrari just so I could drive a Ferrari, but that's a pretty close second, I think.
I mean, I've always been an Aston Martin lover. I have, and
that's more to that. When he said, "Look at it just said new car day," and that came out like, Jesus Christ, that's some more to it. There's only him fit to drive it. I mean, you couldn't put Stroll in one, could you? You'd just be a bag of bolts by the end of it. He said, "What's point? You're bringing in £30 million a year for Adrian Newey, and you're going to put Lance Stroll in car."
It's just. I mean, he's going to walk into that factory going, I've got Fernando Alonso. And then he's going to go, oh, shit, I forgot he's here.
No. What with this puddle? You just sit in corner and colour with them crayons nicely. Don't go anywhere near this car.
Especially if they make a good car and he starts just binning it all over the place. I mean, if 2026 they've got
he's worked with some of the best drivers in Formula 1 and now he's got to go and work with Lance Stroll, who's technically not a driver, is he? Like a pilot.
He's just there because his dad's rich. It's as simple as that.
I reckon Adrian, you've just gone for money then. Because that's some way of that, isn't it? I mean, do designers normally get £30 million a year? Is this
Adrian
his
Newey,
salary
because
at the
of
minute?
how successful he is,
I mean, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
he's always commanded a lot of money, though.
30
He was one.
million a year.
He was one of the people
Some
that was
drawings
outside.
on a page.
He was outside the budget cap at Red Bull, so he was one of their top 3 paid people that don't have to come into budget cap. He was.
Did he eat all the sandwiches? Looked like he put a bit of weight on.
But yeah, no, he commands that wage just because of what he can do. I mean, there's a good chance that Fernando Alonso may win a world title at 60 or whatever old he is.
Knocking on a bit. 30 million, that's a stupid amount of money, isn't it? Does that come after their budget cap? Because is that not all their budget cap gone?
No, he doesn't get included in it. The top 3 earners don't, or the top 3 key personnel don't have to be included in it.
So the most expensive part don't get included in the budget cap?
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. What?
So Toto Wolff, Jim Horner, none of those people are involved in budget cap. Your drivers are not involved in budget cap.
Oh, so it's not really a budget cap then, is it?
But your sandwiches are involved in budget cap.
No, Red Bulls aren't. I don't understand that. How is that a way of doing it? So you can pay.
Because I think they realised that you'd have contract law issues.
So if Toto Wolff's not in it, surely Mercedes can pay Toto Wolff 45 million a year, and Toto Wolff can put 15 million a year of his own money back into Mercedes and spend it.
But they can still only spend 150 million, regardless, or whatever the number is, 163 million, regardless of where it comes from. Doesn't matter.
Right.
That is the set amount on the car and its usual staff, but drivers, and I think it's top 3 earners of the team, outside drivers, don't get included. So literally, you could pay Adrian Newey 100 million a year and it wouldn't matter.
That's a stupid rule.
But no, I don't think he's gone for the money. I think there's a genuine project then. There's a thing he can genuinely build. They've got a new wind tunnel. They've got a new factory. They've got one decent driver. They had a decent car 18 months ago. So there's the basis there of something to build on.
It's a bag of dust at a minute, isn't it? Can't go around corners. I mean, at one bit, they were second fastest car. At one bit, was it? And now they're not. What are they, fifth? Sixth?
Middle of last season, they did a Red Bull update. So basically, they copied Red Bull. Red Bull's gone backwards. They've gone backwards.
Yeah.
There's clearly something fundamental within that design, which, granted, is an Adrian Newey design, but there's a flaw in it.
Something's got to have changed, hasn't it? Because the car is worse now than it was. So they must have took something off or had something being removed, or
technically no.
It's worse. It's not the other. I don't think other people have passed them. Surely Red Bull have got worse.
The Red Bull is still faster than it was this time last year. As a car, as a package, it is still a faster package. However, McLaren,
one of them is.
Yeah. When I say Red Bull, that is just Max. The guy doesn't exist. Yeah. He's pointless. So, but McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari have improved significantly to the point of now it looks like Red Bull have gone backwards because they haven't found as much as the rest of them.
Right.
And
it's strange, isn't it? So they've done like Jenson Button did with Thingy, just got out front early on and are just going to click on.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's beginning to look a lot like 2009 and Braun.
Yeah, that's all they
did you see Perez's comments after Monza? I would rather Max have been much further ahead of to see if he can seal the championship.
Can't be much further. Perez will be an F2 if he falls any further back.
I mean, you literally talking yourself out of a job. Yeah. I want my teammate to be much further ahead of me. No, you don't. That's the last thing you want because that's going to put you out of a job.
They said something about him, like Max is now having the same problems I've been having.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's lost talent. Become an absolutely talentless driver. No, you've been rubbish all season, mate.
Yeah, he's been rubbish for 3.
Yeah. Him and Lance Stroll should drive around together with Logan Sargent. They can make a little team at back.
Oh, God, that'd be a grim team, that wouldn't it? Stroll and Sargent, wow. That's not scoring any points anywhere.
If Stroll's there next year, then definitely.
Oh, yeah. Well, his dad owns teams, of course he is. He's never going anywhere, is he? But
Yeah, I'm not sure I could go
depending
there for
on what
Adrian.
Red Bull do with their drivers, we could have as many as 8 teams with a new driver lineup next year. There's definitely 6, but it could be up to 8 depending on what happens.
All right. So is Perez there next year?
Technically, yes, but that's still to be decided. He's got a
So at
contract.
the minute, he's got a contract for next year.
Yes. Which is
So the top teams are all sorted now. Ferrari sorted, Red Bull
yes.
are technically sorted,
Yeah.
Mercedes are
McLaren are
sorted,
sorted, yeah.
McLaren are
Mercedes are
sorted.
sorted.
So who's left to sort then? Williams are
Second
sorted,
seat
aren't
at Alfa Romeo, Sauber, Kick, Stake, Audi, that whoever they are.
Is it Audi next year?
No, it's still
What?
Kick, Stake, but they can't be called Kick, so it's called Stake. So we've all just called them Sauber.
Again?
Yeah, it's just,
There's been a lot of rebranding just to go back to the same name they had 15 years ago. Isn't it?
yeah.
So it's
So
just them.
then,
And who's their drivers? Bottas and nobody.
well, Bottas is rumored to be getting a new contract, but it's not confirmed, and Hulkenberg's going in from Haas.
God.
Hulkenberg's a decent driver. He's just going into a really bad car. It means
So who's
getting
in
into a
Haas
car
then?
worse than what he's in.
Who's Haas then next year?
Ocon and Behrman.
Oh, the Bowman. Yeah, he's in, isn't he? That's good.
And then Alpine confirmed Jack Doohan and Gasly. RB, Alpha Tauri, Minardi, whatever they're called these days as well. Why is there so many teams in F1 that don't know what they're called?
Somebody called them Cash App the other day. I'm like, what team's this? I've never seen
Yeah.
called this before.
Visa Catch Up RB is their official
Yes,
name. I mean,
Visa.
what crap is
Longest
that?
name in the world. Up to
It's
Papaya
exactly.
rules.
It's not
Short
even
name.
catchy, is it? Visa Catch Up
No.
RB. I mean, it's just dull.
And that meeting, what shall we call it team? And somebody came up with that one. That's a good name. Yeah, I like that.
It's like the accountant came up with the name. It's just crap. But yeah, so they've got Sonoda and Ricardo, but there's rumours that Ricardo will go to Red Bull and Lawson will go to RB. Lawson might go to
Is
Red
Ricardo
Bull.
the answer for Red Bull?
No, he's a backward step. He's been there already.
Can't they take someone out of F2 that's going to get sacked?
Well,
Somebody losing their job shortly, isn't they?
well, Hajar possibly will win the F2 championship, and he is a Red Bull driver. So he's not going to have a job next year.
So he's going to America.
Yeah.
He's going driving tractors.
He's going to
Still can't
America
get
to
over
ride
that.
Papaya rules.
Just can't get over it.
No, it's just it's a
There you
broken
go.
mess.
Win this. Oh, see you later. Bye. You're off. Sacked.
It's like when in Premier League, I've been told you can't come back in it
Yeah.
ever again.
Starting championship next year. Like what's happened here?
Eh,
So it's where is it this weekend? Baku.
Well, next weekend's Baku, yeah.
Sorry, next weekend. Yeah, week today.
Yes.
So who's going to win that then? So it starts. That's longest straight in the world, isn't it?
Yes.
Who's fast? Who's fast in
Originally,
straight line? Ferrari.
again, you would have said Red Bull historically, but now looking at
Max
what
will
we've
win it.
seen
Max will
last
definitely win it.
weekend, you'd think McLaren is now the fastest car, but it's whether they can get other Papaya rules and do it properly.
It's whether Lando can get off at start.
He did. Finally, he did last weekend, and then his teammate decided to show him up into turn
Can't
three.
complete a lap, can he? First lap, anywhere near where he started.
And
I mean, he might as well just start at back and just
I mean,
save himself hassle in at front.
if we look at next year and say that the pecking order won't change because the rules don't change at all, that will stop him being a world champion. Because if they're going to be, if
Oh yeah,
4
definitely.
or 5 teams are going to be this close all season, if he can't get off the line faster than I can move a Nissan Micra,
You can't keep having to
he's got an
fight
issue.
back. I mean, you can't keep having to come from behind and pass people just to win the races because there's going to become a point where you can't, like there
Exactly.
were against Italy.
Yeah.
But
I
can't
will
keep fighting.
go on then. For next week, I'll say Lando will win.
Lando
Charles
will
will be second. Oscar will be third.
What about
So
Papaya rules? What
So
does
that
say?
means George Russell will win.
George Russell will win. He'll get disqualified. Hamilton will gain it, but they'll take it off him because he's leaving. And they'll get
And Max will somehow get second.
Max will win his race. We need Max not to finish, don't we?
Yeah. For the championship now, I think it
epic.
needs Max just to not finish one race and Lando win it. And then we've got 7 races right to the end of interest.
like 30 points between them.
Yeah, because that's then at 7 races left. That's only 4 points a race. That's then quite manageable to get within a striking distance pretty quickly. So that would be
Yeah,
pretty
they sort
damn.
themselves out.
Oh yeah, but I mean I can't see Red Bull doing much now to this car. I think they've accepted for this season that it would take too long. Even if they figured out the issue in the next few weeks, you wouldn't get an update to that car.
But it's the same car for next year, isn't it? So they've got to figure
Yes.
this issue out because,
Yeah.
at the start of next year, they're still behind, aren't they?
Yes.
If this car. So it's not like they can just move away from it. But I suppose if they'd figured it out or if they know roughly what it is, then they might just change how to build the next car. But because they changed the engine cover, didn't they? And did they put it back?
They've put it back. That was a specific thing for one track. They've changed the
Right.
floor, but Max has gone back to the old one because it doesn't work. They've changed something else, and because they've got like air gullies in the sort of the side of the headrest at one point. They've played about with them a couple of times, and I just don't think they really know. I think they've probably reached the limit of what that car can make and do, and by pushing
That's
it
Sergio
further,
Perez. He'll tell them what's wrong with it.
yeah, because he's
number one
apparently
driver.
he's. But the thing is, though, now he's got a really good get out. It's like, it's all the car. It's always been the car. It's never been me. Car's just
Well, he
crap.
keeps bending it. It keeps crashing the bloody thing. I wonder it don't work. My car won't work if I get driving into a wall every time I got in it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who messes up the least. I think is the only way I can describe it between now and end of
That's
season.
what it seems to be. It's literally like no one wants to win it. They're all just stumbling to line. It's like running 100 meters and everyone running backwards. It's like nobody seems to want to win it, do they?
No, it's crazy.
Max has just sat there thinking, if I win this title, it's an absolute fucking miracle because I haven't won a race for 2 months and nobody's catching me.
I mean, I know we've had a summer break in there, but it's actually approaching 3. He hasn't won a race since June.
Good.
He's not won a race in 3 months, and nobody's bothered to beat him.
You know what? I've still not watched Drive to Survive since the 2021 season. I can't bring myself to watch it.
I have done the same. I've never
watching the first episode and I couldn't do it.
I've never rewatched the end of the 2021 season ever. I've never seen that
I
last
can't watch
race.
any Drive to Survive now. I just can't do it. It's ruined it for me.
I didn't particularly like Drive to Survive anyway. It was over-manufactured, over-produced, over-dramatized crap, to be quite honest.
American again, isn't it? Americans have had a go at it. They've just tried to make Formula One
Oh,
popular.
if
I mean, it has brought people to the sport.
They never will again. We're banned. We're probably going to get banned from America.
I'll just beep some right out. I don't know.
Beep.
They don't understand Yorkshire people anyway. So Lando's going to win. Charles Leclerc's going to be second.
Oscar third.
And Piastri's going to be third. Where's Max going to finish then?
Sixth. Fifth. Cost one of the Mercs will do well randomly for no reason.
They've been going all right, haven't they, I suppose? George just seems to always turn up in the right place, doesn't he?
Yeah, but then he lost out to Hamilton again last weekend, didn't he? Because he broke his wing also. I don't really know where that wing got broke last weekend, but he broke it somewhere.
It was just, it was the most random little thing to happen. I don't know what was going on. He just seems to find himself in trouble for no reason, doesn't he?
Yep. But yes, that's another 7 days away.
So we're on track Friday, aren't we? It's not sprint weekend, is it?
God, no. Absolutely not.
Is there some more of them left?
Qatar and Qatar, I think, if I remember rightly.
Where?
Texas. Circuit of the Americas.
Oh, yeah. I'll be sure not to watch them. Sprint weekends are tedious.
Dull. Yeah, they're just...
Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish.
I don't want them, don't need them, don't like them.
No. Are they bringing more in next year as well?
No, staying at 6 for now. Because they're more focused on taking F1 races to far-flung parts of the world, because we have to.
Africa. Got to go to where we're in Rwanda.
Apparently. Eventually. Maybe.
Interesting. What else have we got then? So Premier League's back, isn't it? Is the Premier League back? Is it back Friday or is it back Saturday?
Yeah. Do you know, I haven't looked because I was just I gave up on sport this weekend, to be completely honest. Friday night is the Championship.
Seems to have been forever for Premier League to come back, and then we've literally got to 3 games in, it's buggered off again. Just seen Haaland's got 7 goals already. How stupid is that?
Next Saturday, though, probably the first time in I don't know how long, there's 8 games next Saturday in the Premier League.
Huh?
But one of them, I hate this 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday thing. It does me head in.
I can't tell you what times they are because it's giving me my local time and it makes no sense to me whatsoever.
So Premier League's back a week
So
on
Man United,
Tuesday.
the early kickoff, aren't they? Man United, Southampton's the dinner time kickoff.
For this part of the world, yeah, for you, it's about midnight on Tuesday.
Trying to figure it out because you just said there's 8 games on Saturday and there's only 6 on mine. So I don't know what's going on here. I'm missing 2. 2 of mine are on Sunday. So I'm guessing you've got Villa, Everton, and Bournemouth, Chelsea.
Yeah, so the
Saturday
8
as well.
o'clock game is Bournemouth, Chelsea.
Oh, they got an 8 o'clock Saturday game again.
I hate it. I absolutely despise it.
Like, Man United I think they had about 3 of them in a row.
And for Chelsea fans, they've got to go all the way back from Bournemouth. I mean, that's not exactly close on a Saturday night at midnight. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I thought that was really bothered me.
Well, nobody ever does.
Oh, it's Spurs Arsenal Sunday.
Yeah, North London derby, which Declan Rice is banned for being a douche.
Oh God, all Arsenal fans are still having a meltdown. Ian Wright we were nearly crying the other day about it.
They always will.
City,
it's just one of them things.
Shouldn't have done it, should he?
Nope.
So,
never happened.
Oh, England have lost another wicket.
When you say another, how many's that?
2. I think they're 2 down now. Oh, they're definitely 2 down. It might be 3.
Great.
They were 1 down. So
good old batting collapse from England is always a thing.
They're off for lunch. I think Pope's out.
Nice.
Early lunch. Doing very well. Yeah. So Spurs Arsenal. What time's the race on? Same time as Spurs Arsenal.
I want to say Baku's an early start. I want to say it's 11 o'clock because it always usually is quite an early one because of the part of Europe that it's in. Well, not Europe. Is it Europe? Is Azerbaijan in Europe?
I think Nations League.
Yeah.
Well, I'd see them. Definitely Europe. Is it Europe?
I mean, it's close to the Asian border.
12 o'clock for you. The race starts.
Yeah, I thought it was an early one.
So it'd be done before Arsenal.
That's
nice. I like that idea. That's good. Go watch both. Happy days.
Which means we will probably be doing this time next week in the middle of a race, which will be fun.
Yeah, either that or could do it on the Arsenal Spurs game.
Yeah, but I think for this week
covered everything.
We shall. Yeah.
Rubbish week. NFL tomorrow. Football's back next week. Formula One's back next week. Life's good again for 3 weeks.
But when all else fails, Papaya rules.
Papaya rules and laugh at Chelsea.
And on that note, I'm going to say...
See you later.
I'm done.
We're done.